So this is a different video than the kind I typically do. I've recently gotten back into old video game consoles like the ones I had when I was a kid. And like a lot of you probably, I sold all my old video game consoles and have regretted it for the last couple years. And one of the consoles I sold was the GameCube. So I found a seller on eBay who is selling 3 GameCubes, and all 3 are broken, but based on the description, I might be able to cobble one good working GameCube out of the lot. And then I actually have plans on what I can do for the other 2 GameCube shells, which I might do episodes about later. So without further ado, I'm going to open these up and let's see what we got. And funny thing, he told me that these were the second version of GameCube that came out, and the second version didn't have this digital AV out, but these do, which is actually a really good thing. There's actually HDMI mods you can do now using these, so I'm really excited to see that I got this model and not the newer model, so that's really cool. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, because he said that none of them would read discs, I'm just going to try the easiest fix first just to see if I can fix them, and I'm just going to take a Q-tip and put some isopropyl alcohol on this laser lens and see if that just kind of fixes an issue, so fingers crossed. Alright, and then with the current situation of the world, it's kind of hard to find isopropyl alcohol, but I did find some that is 70%, which is not what you should use. You should use 100. So I will use this on the lens, but I'm not going to scrub any of the electronics with it because I feel like that's a little risque. So I've got my 3 disgusting GameCubes ready to go, and I'm going to start them up and see what happens. So this is the first one. This is the black one. And ideally, in a perfect world, these would just start up and play the game. I highly doubt that's going to happen, but here's hoping. Second best case scenario is they start up and you see like the GameCube home screen, but then nothing happens. If that happens, I might be able to fix these. So, fingers crossed. So it powers on. Okay, the drive's spinning up. Let's make sure we have the right source. Oh, okay. We got the GameCube. You've got to be kidding me. Did this just work?
Head to the go-go. Just call me.
There we go. So the first GameCube works. Let me turn down the volume so you don't have to. Well, the volume works, so that's awesome. This one might just work. All right, let's try the second GameCube. The doors decided not to shut. There it goes. It's just got some gunk in it. We might be able to clean that out. And it automatically turns on. I guess the power button was already pressed. Man, there's stuff in there. Okay, so this is more of the issue I thought we'd have. So you see here, I'm going to put the game in. So as you can see at the preview disc is on top. And I'm betting the game's not even going to spin. Ooh, it just started spinning, I think. No. The joystick doesn't seem to work either. So I think we're going to run into an issue with this one. Let's try that again. All right, so things we're going to check again. So we're going to take the laser and we're going to push the laser so it's kind of, I don't want to use my finger, but I think I'm going to have to. There we go. So the laser's in the back position right there, so that's one thing we're checking. And then we're going to check in the preview disc, and I'm betting this isn't going to work. So I heard the laser go. so the volume works, and I'll turn it off for the video's sake. It's not doing anything. Is it frozen? It's just not reading the disc. So if we open this up, see how the disc isn't spinning? That's kind of what I thought we were going to run into. So that's something I think I can fix, so fingers crossed. So we'll turn this off, and we'll try our final GameCube. Alright, so this is our final GameCube. I'm going to open it up, put the preview disc in it, and this one, again, putting it in the preview disc in so that the disc is on top and the laser's in the top. Let's see what happens. Felt the laser move. Sounds like the disc is spinning to me. Huh? I think this one works too. There we go. So, out of the box, 2 out of 3 worked. All I needed to do was clean the laser lens. So the only one that's not working right now is this middle one, which is by far the grodiest and most disgusting one. So the rest of this video is going to be me seeing if I can fix this. And if I can, which I think I can, I might have 3 working GameCubes, which is not a problem I thought I would have when I bought these. So it's a good problem to have. Let's see what I can get done. Okay, real quick, I'm going to tell you about what I think is wrong with this. So GameCubes are notorious for having laser problem issues. And when they say laser, I think the people who say that is this whole top module is the laser module. An issue a lot of people are having is the game discs aren't spinning, and if they are spinning, it's not being read by the GameCube. So as you saw, whenever I turned on the screen, the GameCube powers up, its operating system works, it comes up with the main GameCube menu, the disc just doesn't read. So based on what I read about online and other YouTube videos I watched, there's a way to adjust the power going to the laser module of this by changing a potentiometer around. Now, I'm going to just straight up say this, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm kind of winging this. So if you're planning on doing something like this, I highly suggest you look at somebody else's video. And also, be safe. Don't work on this with it plugged in. So from here on out, I'm probably not going to be talking. I am going to kind of show a teardown. One thing I should mention before I do the teardown is that these require game bit screwdrivers. So that's like a Nintendo proprietary tip. They used to be hard to get. I remember one time I took apart one of these GameCubes, and me and my friend had to get an old Bic, what was it? It was like a Bic pen, and we took out the pin part, heated up the shell of it with a lighter, and then stuck it in there to make our own game bit. Good thing is nowadays you can buy the game bit screwdrivers on Amazon, so I bought a couple of those. I'm going to tear this down. I'm going to probably put a little bit of a time lapse of the teardown so you don't have to see how long it takes. Also, once this one's torn down, I'm probably going to clean it because it's disgusting. So, enjoy. So this is what the GameCube looks like with its top off, and this thing is disgusting. I mean, there's just bugs and all sorts of crap in here. Oh man, something just fell out. Oh man, this is gross. So I'm going to see if I can fix it, and if I can, then I'm going to take it apart and clean the heck out of it. Man, good thing is I don't see any live cockroaches or anything like that in it, but I mean, just look, I just shake it out. Oh, I take it back. There's definitely bugs in here. I'm gonna go spray this out outside. Sorry about that. That was just grody. I took this thing outside and shut it down with some compressed air and got out most of the bugs. But man, this thing, that was just gross. Good thing is all the bugs are dead. I didn't see any live things coming out of this, but I mean, like, look, there's a carcass of one. Oh. What kind of bugs are those? Things infested. Yuck. Disgusting. So, think about all the things you buy from other people that have bugs in it you don't even know about. That is disgusting to think about. So I'm going to take this apart. And to be honest, I'm going to put on gloves. Like, touching this, my hands feel like sticky. You know, whenever you like play with a toddler's Tonka toy or something with them, and everything just kind of feels a little bit sticky. That's kind of how this thing feels. All right. Now, I think this pops off. There's a ribbon cable. Everybody says be careful with that ribbon cable. And then the goal is going to be we're going to take this off. So this is what the GameCube looks like when it's taken apart. This is what they're calling the laser module here. And it actually just plugs in here. Oh man, there's more bugs there. That's so gross. It just plugs in there. So there's no ribbon cable, which is really nice. And what we need to get to is actually on the other side of this shield. But this is what the bottom of the GameCube looks like. And we're not going to mess with that. I'll just kind of take that outside and blow it down and get all the gunk out of it. And then I'll just take it out of the GameCube itself and wash the shell, and this stuff will... I'm not going to scrub it, but I will kind of clean it up a little bit. So we're going to put this to the side for now. And this is what we're interested in. So I need to get into the back of this. The key is to not scrape the laser on the front while I'm doing this. Ugh, there's more of the family. Gosh, that's gross. Okay, and what we're looking for is this. I don't know if you can see it real well, but this is what they call a potentiometer. And what that does, according to what I read, I'm going to take my gloves off for this part, is that regulates how much power actually goes to this whole module. So according to the Google, which never lies, this should be about, I think they said from 500 to 200 ohms. So we're going to test this out. I got a little multimeter. So from one of these to case. Okay, so this one's our ground. There's a pin down here, ground. Okay, so let's try this out. And I'm going to try to see if I can get both of these on here for you guys. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to read this multimeter through the screen. There we go. So right now, 175.7 ohms, which according to what they're saying, shouldn't be that low. I believe how this works is the lower the ohm rating, the more power that goes to it. So someone might have tried this trick before on this console. Alright, well let's turn the pot a little bit anyways. So I didn't turn it much, maybe like 60 degrees. Now we're getting so we're getting 437, which is too high. Let's back this down a little bit. All right, let's try 250. So from what I read online, 250 is the lowest you're supposed to go. Since this was lower to begin with, that's probably not a good sign, but I'm going to try throwing this back together, plugging it in, and seeing what happens. Because why not? Alright, I should note here, make sure you're not stupid. You probably shouldn't do this with the laser exposed. Well, you know what? I'm just going to put this on here. I don't mind messing with a lot of stuff, but I really like my eyes. So, here the preview disc's up. Let's close this lid. Let's try something different. Alright, this time I bumped it up quite a bit. I bumped it up to 400 ohms. Again, I would think going up in resistance would decrease the power to the drive. Which, to be honest, I think it did, because this time the preview disc isn't even spinning. So I think the lower the ohm rating on that potentiometer is, the more power goes to this. So I'm going to bump it down super far and see what happens. Okay, I've got the potentiometer set to 100 and something, which is far lower than what I read you were supposed to do. So don't recommend doing this, but I figure it's not working anyways. Okay, it's spinning up this time. Ha! There we go, we got it fixed. Awesome. So yeah, that potentiometer trick really does work. So look at that. I'm going to clean up these 3 GameCubes, and looks like I got, wait. Oh, I might have spoke too soon. Sounds like that drive's really struggling to keep up. It's working now. I bet this will fry in a couple months. Dang. Well, but at least it works now. Cool little experiment. So technically I fixed all 3 of these GameCubes. Would I sell this one? Heck no. The other 2, yeah, they could. Yeah, see, look, there goes it tripped again. The other 2 are probably going to be good to go. This one's probably shot. So for my other projects, I'll be using this GameCube, and the guts of this will be used for something else. But yeah, thought that was a fun little project. Thanks for checking in.